Hello, I'm Joe, aka Mr. Fragrance. Welcome back to another video. Today I have 5 fragrances that I would take with me on holiday. Enjoy. So I'm somewhere a little bit different just for today. This isn't a permanent change, this is a very brief change. Just things happening in the house, need to change it up a bit. So yeah, only one video like this. This is a tag video, so thank you to the Fragrance Wardrobe for tagging me in this video. Yeah, nice to get tagged again. So yeah, I'm gonna tag 3 people. So the first of those is John Moe Fragrance. So yeah, he's gonna be tagged. He's on about, I think he's on 116 subscribers when I'm checking him now. I really like his channel. He's been tagged in quite a lot of things. So I hope you've not been tagged in this. I did check. And I watch your videos and I don't seem to remember any videos on 5 fragrances to take on holiday with you. So you've been tagged. So next I'm going to tag Mason and Crew. Now he's someone that I've watched for, let's say, a couple of months. I discovered him fairly recently, and I think he's quite new to it as well, quite new to doing fragrance reviews as well. So I checked him out. I absolutely love his channel. I kind of just like the way he presents his videos as well. So everything's very professional on his channel feeling as well. So check him out. He's got some brilliant fragrances in his collection and he loves to showcase them. So yeah, check him out and I'm going to tag him. And finally I'm going to tag, now this is an interesting tag, and I mean as with all of these guys, there's no pressure to do this tag whatsoever, no pressure. Don't bother doing it if you'd rather not. I'm not offended whatsoever by that. So I'm going to tag someone, a channel, Talk and Review. 2 different guys running the channel, and Nick commented on my channel kind of recently. And so yeah, he commented on my channel, and he actually shouted out the channel on his live stream that they do on, I believe it's most Fridays. I try and get to it when I can, but Fridays are busy evenings. So yeah, I love their live streams. So they do a live stream every Friday, and if you guys want to, you can maybe feature in, I don't know, a live stream, or one of you could do this video as one of your videos. Totally up to you. I'm tagging you guys, feel no pressure to do it. There you go. So yeah, that's the tags. That's taken a long time. I'll put a little timestamp down below if you're not interested in the tags. That's fine. Okay, so let's get straight into the video then. 5 fragrances that I would take with me on holiday. Okay, briefly. This is a tag, 5 fragrances that I would bring with me on vacation, but some people get annoyed when British people say American kind of style words, and I don't know. I'm going to say holiday for now, but it is vacation. That's where this tag has come from. But yeah, the first fragrance that I would take with me on holiday is Diesel Bad. Now there is an intense version of this fragrance actually, and I haven't tried it. I was sent this by a subscriber she's been absolutely lovely for quite a while now. Apologies if there's any dog sounds in the background. That is one of the reasons I'm through here, is to look after the dog, who's not very well and could interrupt the video. So I've given her a toy without any squeakies in it now. So, Diesel Bad, yes, this is an unbelievably lovely fragrance. It's just such a warm fragrance, and sometimes when you think of going abroad, you know, generally, if you're going somewhere warm anyway, you think, okay, we want a fresh fragrance. I'm going to say this one's for the night time. I probably should have started with something a bit earlier in the day, but I'm going to say jump straight into an evening fragrance. This is something that it has a touch of kind of refreshing. I think it's got like a grapefruit in the top possibly. I'm not running off breakdowns, and I believe this grapefruit in the top kind of gives it a slight bit of leeway in terms of being able to wear it in hot weather, but making it an evening fragrance gives it a little bit extra leeway in terms of being able to wear it in a warmer climate, but not in the hottest that it could possibly be, say in Spain, evening, 15 degrees, so more like 20 degrees. And that would be absolutely fine wearing this in that kind of temperature. I'm going to say another thing that will possibly throw you off a little bit. It's got a Spice Bomb Extreme kind of feel to it. Actually, probably more Night Vision. Yeah, Spice Bomb Night Vision feel to it, which is really nice. I love Spice Bomb. I love the Spice Bomb range, but this has a very nice warmth to it. But like I said, this kind of upper freshness is giving it a little bit more leeway in terms of being able to wear it in the evening. So this, to me, is a fragrance I would wear in the evening. It's a lovely small bottle, perfectly portable, and yeah, this would work on holiday for me. Okay, so you've had a night out, you're looking for a fresh morning fragrance now, and I'm going to say that this would be the fragrance for you. This is David Beckham Classic Blue. Now, it's a classy fragrance, this, and I've said that many times. I really like it. In fact, I mean, the name's not as good, but I always thought this would really suit the name, Classy Blue. And it is a classic blue fragrance. You know, it's absolutely got the aquatic kind of feel to it. Yeah, almost slightly chlorinated smell as well. Don't worry, it isn't. That wouldn't be very good. It's slightly chlorinated smelling, which kind of helps the idea and the image in my head of sitting by a pool in the warm weather. Some tomatoes and olives and God, dearie me. Anyway, yeah, no, it's got that kind of uplifting, and again, this has grapefruit in the top. It's quite a citrusy opening. In fact, I'm gonna put it on my arm so I can properly. Yeah, it's got a really lovely citrusy opening, and it's a cheap fragrance. You can get this for about £15 from David Beckham. Anywhere that stocks David Beckham fragrances, you can get it on Amazon for probably an additional £5, 20 quid or something. Not too much at all. And it actually has a very reasonable longevity. You're paying 20 quid for something that's fresh, so you don't expect anything massive. But, you know, when you kind of put the ratio silage to longevity, it's really not too bad. It actually does last quite a while. I'd give it a good 3, 4, 5 hours depending on your skin. I think I get about 4 hours solid out of it. I could stretch it to 5 if I'm really, skin scent. But it's cheap. It's not a very big bottle. You can carry it with you and just, as well, spray it on you at any time. It's very nice. I actually really recommend this one. If you're looking for something fresh, uplifting, zingy, citrusy, aquatic, and I'd say look no further because it's only £20. Yeah, I recommend. Next up, a fragrance that's possibly a morning alternative, but again, this will last you all day. I've talked about this recently. I received fragrances from Fragrances of Ireland, and this is just an absolutely beautiful fragrance. It really is. This is Innis by Fragrance of Ireland, or at least they stock it. You can get this. I'll leave a link below. Actually, this is a unisex fragrance. It's very, very fresh, but it's also quite floral, which does help it kind of become pretty unisex. I mean, straight from the smelling out of the cap, it's very reminiscent of an Acqua di Gio, and I said this in the video that I kind of did a first impressions of this. It's very reminiscent of Acqua di Gio on the top. That kind of evolves and changes pretty quickly to kind of start diverging away from that. And so if this is in no way a clone of Acqua di Gio. At the start, when I first smelt it, very briefly I thought, oh, this could end up being a clone, but it's not. There's no way this is a clone. It moves away from that nicely. So it's got that similar opening, but moves away from that. And yeah, when you kind of start progressing through this fragrance, it gets a little bit more floral as you move on. And that's why I think I would definitely recommend this to ladies and women out there. And I would also recommend this to men, but men that are flexible in terms of don't mind a little bit of floral in their fragrances. If you don't like floral fragrances, I would shy away from this. I wouldn't recommend it, as it does certainly have kind of rose geranium style florals in it, but they're not too heavy. They do get heavier the more the fragrance goes on, and the more light smelling things evaporate away. But no, it doesn't ever become feminine fully, if you know what I mean. I think it starts off really perfectly unisex and starts to nudge over to the feminine style side of things as you move on through this. But no, really nice, love the bottle, great fragrance. Next up, a summer fragrance that would last all day. It's a great fragrance. It's from Rosa Salas, and I've got a little, I believe, 10ml bottle of Hombre number 11. A really interesting fragrance. It evolves. It's different. It's difficult to put it kind of on the spot. Let me give it a little spray in the left arm, and I'll maybe give you a better idea of what I mean. Okay, so it's not your traditional kind of fresh fragrance because it has this spiciness to it, which is, I remember describing it when I did my first impressions as being almost like a salad dressing. Yeah, it's it's really nice. It's got this very, and I would describe it as zingy, sharp, not going anywhere like sweet sherbety, but very sharp, zingy lemon in the top. And there's almost certainly some pepper in there, like black pepper, smelling like not sweet enough to be pink pepper. And it's also quite woody as well. It's a really interesting one, but I think it would work in certain climates. You know, maybe we're not now thinking about, when we talk of holidays, maybe we're not thinking of the hottest possible climates. Maybe even if I'm just going on holiday down to England, you know, I count it as a holiday, going down to the Yorkshire Dales in the summer, some nice weather, going on walks. This would really work because it's got a versatility that's enjoyable. It gives it, like I said, you know, if it's versatile, it gives it all these opportunities to fit into certain different climates. And again, it's not traditional. It's this woody spiciness in a fresh, lemony, citrusy fragrance is interesting, and it actually gives it this almost edible, consumable feel to it, a bit like salad dressing. But it's enjoyable. It's really nice. And this was when I tried this, when I got this from Rosa Salas. They sent me this, and I was just blown away by how intricate and impressive it is. It's really, really well put together. It's very professional, and it's a great fragrance. This, it really is. So as I said, if you're say looking to take 10 ml of this on holiday, think climate-wise, we're not talking really, really hot, but it can certainly work well in a warm climate. Again, a warm summer, Scotland, England, UK, anywhere in the UK, a warm summer, it would work for that. So I realise I mentioned at the start of the video that these are affordable fragrances in different categories. You could get this, you could get this at a pretty reasonable price. I mean, I think they range between, I mean, for a bottle size like this, for a bottle of this, depending on the size, you could go anywhere between 20 and 60 quid. You know, it does range, it does change a bit, but it's a lovely fragrance, and so it's well worth it for that. I've already mentioned that the David Beckham Classic Blue is about 15-20 quid depending on where you get it. This, I think I seem to recall that the lady that sent me this said she got this little bottle for about £10 at Savers. So yeah, you can get that at a pretty reasonable price. Innis, depending on where you get it, if you're in the UK, I'm pretty sure you can get this for around £35 to £45, depending on sales, depending on prices. On Amazon, I think it'd probably be around the same price depending on where you get it in the world. But finally, I'm going to talk about a fragrance that I got out of a discovery set from an incredible company. This one is, it's an exception from the word affordable. I don't think in any terms of that word you're going to call this fragrance affordable. I mean, I'm not saying it's not worth the price, but it's not affordable. A full bottle of this will cost you around £100 to £150. And this is Frank. I've got a little, this is, hello, say hello to Frank. This is Frank, and it's a little decant. I believe this is what, 2 to 5 ml, I'm not quite sure. But I absolutely fell in love with this fragrance, and really, really annoying given that I can't get a bottle of fragrance, a 50 ml for 150 yet. I can't. There'll be a point where I think I possibly, you know, I like this enough, but there are other fragrances out there that I also love for much cheaper that I can kind of, you know, I can mix and match, get 3 fragrances I absolutely love for that price. So yeah, but I really do like this. This is a lovely green from the colour, but also citrusy, fresh frankincense. If you ask someone in general, what would you say a frankincense fragrance smells like? They would immediately, and I can almost guarantee that most people would say it works really well with warming fragrances. Fragrances, certainly not a fresh fragrance, that's for sure. So yeah, it's this kind of, I'd need to look at the note breakdown again, but just from the top of my head, almost like a first impressions, it's got this incredible, like, partially got that kind of detergent smell to it, but then it's got this really sharp lime-like smell, and it smells a little bit like some mouthwashes taste. And I know I'm not quite selling this, but when I bought this, I was not expecting to find a fragrance that I found this interesting and this lovely. It's It's outstanding. It's just absolutely outstanding how amazing this fragrance is. And then the frankincense starts to come through and you're like, how does this work? But it just does. It's kind of crazy how it works, but it is lovely. It is absolutely lovely. This frankincense, green, resinous, fresh, lemony, limey, sharp fragrance. It is just unbelievable. And if you can get your hands on a decant, you can get this box of 5 decants, 5 different fragrances from And Fragrance. You can get that for about 20, 25. I think I bought it for £25. I hugely recommend trying it out. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Mr. Fragrance. Bye for now.